This is what we love about it. We open the phone lines and you come on in your droves. The John Fury headbutt is the topic of conversation this morning. Simon says it's boxing. It's kind of regrettably, it's kind of part of boxing. And I know, Simon, you are strong in what you actually think of John's behaviour now and again.
Yeah, I do.
It's not for the first time we've seen this.
Shall I tell you what the biggest consequence of the boorish behaviour of both Fury Senior and Fury Junior is? A significant proportion of people in this country that should be supporting the British heavyweight champion become the undisputed actually don't like Tyson Fury and don't want him to win. That is the consequence of his overriding behaviour, of his ridiculous outburst in Saudi where he thinks he doesn't have to queue at airports and he thinks that ultimately he should be given tax concessions because he's made a few quid for the British economy while putting on fights. And he thinks that he can insult people and not have it come back at him. And he thinks he can ban broadcasters because he doesn't like their opinion when all they've done is been very complimentary about him and now he's getting some criticism. All of these things have brought out a result in people saying, actually, I think you and your father are a pair of tits and we actually don't want you to win anything.
There's Dave, who's a Liverpool fan. Jim, you're making me laugh this morning. I mean, you're going right over the top about a headbutt. Really? It was a headbutt. It was a headbutt, Dave, was it not? Chris, a Derby fan. Simon's right. What do you want? John Fury's not out there playing marbles. It's a fighting man's sport. Things happen. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Jim, you're such an angel. Ray's a Coventry fan, but presumably a boxing fan as well. Ray, good morning. What's your take on all of this?
Yeah, morning, Jim. Morning, Simon.
Morning.
Thanks for the show. Look, do you know, there's been incidents about this, and to be honest with you, the Furies, look, let's be honest, they can have a million, they've got millions in the bank, but you can't buy class, can you? Now, I'm a sportsman, and everybody, like, you know, and we all know a bit Housery goes on, sorry, but, you know where the line is, and you know where your morality is in. Headbutting somebody in a press conference purely just for a little bit of stage presence, it ain't on, is it? Come on.
It's not on. It's not on. I don't think it's on at all, Ray. By and large, do you think Tyson would be better employed going out there without his father?
Sorry, say that again, John.
Do you think Tyson would have been better employed going out there when you know John is capable of doing such a thing?
Do you know what? Look, the fight about Tyson and about Usyk, right? His dad shouldn't be taking any part of that. He should be in the dressing room cheering him up just before the fight.
Yeah.
And that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
You know? If my old man was out there, I would be it would put me off my fight. And I think this could be counter-conducive to what Fury goes out now and does. I mean, if it was one of my mates that had just been headbutted in a press conference, I'd want to go out and batter him.
Thank you, Ray. Tom's a big boxing fan. Tom, good morning. I know you have a strong view in this.
Good morning. You all right, guys?
Good, thanks, Tom. What do you think of it?
So I just think John Fury is just. I think there's levels of what he does that are just purely him. I mean, ripping his shirt off when Jake Paul was outside the ring,
Yeah.
going up in that plastic bumming face-off thing with KSI and headbutting it. Just there's always something that he does, flipping the table over. He's that sort of guy, which is great. He's good for boxing in that way because he makes everyone look and laugh and think, oh, what. Well, I'm not going to say it, but you know what he's like.
Yeah.
But I think that there's just a level. I think that headbutting somebody, it's GBH. If I did that to somebody, I can get 5 years in prison. And I think that the Usyk camp, they should take advantage of it. It's up, and like Simon said, he's completely right. It's up to the guy who got headbutted what he wants to do about it. And we can all be passionate about feeling what we feel, but it's up to him. If it was me, I'd be saying, you know what, Saudi authorities, arrest him, take him away, because that'll give me a proper advantage on the night, because Tyson will be livid that his dad's been taken away. And I think John's got he's not small man syndrome in the sense that he's a small fella, but mentally, he goes on about being a big fighting man. I looked at his boxing record recently. The guy had 13 fights, managed one knockout, and lost 4 of them.
Right. Okay, Tom. Listen, thank you for that. We didn't know that. Danny, I'll finish with you, Arsenal fan. Danny, at the end of the day, it's blown over. Krasiuk has spoken to us this morning saying, what happened. We press on, the fights on Saturday, etc. What do you think of it? Should it just be accepted? This is part of boxing.
Well, I mean, headbutting isn't part of boxing, is it? So
No.
I think you're right. I think Simon's absolutely spot on as always. It's a silly move, but Simon mentioned the media, and that's exactly why he did it, because it's all over the media. His name's everywhere, and it's probably the best thing to happen for the media to now jump on. because it's just clickbait everywhere. Everyone's opening up links on Twitter, on Instagram, and reading about it in the papers, and you're talking about it, we're talking about it. That's the only reason why he's done it, mate.
So it's all part of the promotion of the fight. Having said that, this is a fight that doesn't need promoted.
I think it's a promotion for John Fury, not for the fight. I don't think you can hold Tyson Fury accountable for his dad's actions.
Yeah.
The only thing Tyson could do is look at him and say, look, like you say, you know, if you're going to carry on acting like that, there's times and places to be professional.
Yeah. Could we do without John Fury and his antics, Danny?
Do you know what? Like, he is so comical to watch that probably not. But ultimately, I'm a boxing fan. I know you guys are big boxing fans. It's the biggest fight in the world. It's probably the biggest fight in history. You could do without that kind of nonsense.
Sure.
For me.
Sure. Danny, listen, thanks for that. The fight's on Saturday, Simon. You're still very much fair and square. Tyson's going to get the business done.
Yeah. I mean, you separate the behaviour from the fighter. I do think it's interesting the first journalist that has the balls to poke up and say to Tyson Fury, what do you think of your father's behaviour? Let's see if that question gets asked. I hope it does. But I just think that John Fury is a sideshow. He is like a demented P.T. Barnum presiding over a carnival of horrors. And the Saudis know what they get. They've seen him, they put him on the top table last time. He's banging a table, behaving. It is comical. And this is the reason why this isn't comical is because this is a form of, it's not a form of assault, it's an assault. So there is a part of me that likes the previous caller's suggestion of get his collar felt. See how big old bad John is, right? Yeah. Stick him in a Saudi prison for a little bit and watch his son stew and wonder why they've got that. But they probably won't because they love all the spectacle. It's more eyes on the prize, isn't it?
Yeah.